Last night I presented an educational session for the Professional Speakers Association in my city. The session was about the differences between fairly boring and mundane versus high-impact keynote presentations. And I went into some technical depth about things that one can do to raise the level of your speaking. But right at the beginning, I tried to pinpoint what is for me the number one distinction between a boring versus a really good keynote presentation. And I came up with a simple analogy, and I think it's a fairly good one. I have a little son who is a year and 8 months old at the moment, and I find that most adults don't know how to interact with a little boy of that age. They'll come up to him, put their faces in front of his, and they'll say hello, and often he'll say hello back because he's able to do that. But the adult will then follow it up with 9 or 10 more hellos, just saying hello, hello, and you can see even this little 2-year-old is going, dude, we've done that, move on. And I find there's something very similar happening with keynote presentations. Now, the adults who get it right are the ones who come up and say, hello, I see you have a little car there. Oh, look, the door's open. Look at the way it... And they get into a lot of detail very quickly. They move the thing along rather than just belaboring the hello. Now let's apply that to keynote presentations. I remember watching one in which a gentleman hyped up the idea that there was one big thing that all organizations need in order to survive into the future. Good start. He had me interested. He had the audience piqued. And then he revealed across the screen the single word, communication. I thought, well, that's pretty broad and fairly obvious. It's kind of like saying hello at the audience. We all know that. We all get it. What's the next thing? Are you going to show me the car and open the doors? In this particular case, he didn't. He spent the next half hour saying, communication is important. Now, folks, for a group of senior executives, that's the equivalent of saying, hello, hello, over and over again. It's a broad generality, it's obvious, it doesn't go anywhere. Now, if he'd done something different, like said, in the first 15 seconds, he might have covered the idea that communication is important, and then said, and therefore today I'm going to share with you the 8 secret things that Elon Musk does when communicating with the folks at SpaceX. Well, now you've got something going. Or he might have said something down the lines of, and therefore I'm going to show you how Navy SEALs communicate when they're under pressure on a mission. That's interesting. There is a massive difference between broad, obvious generalities, big abstract ideas, versus highly specific content. And for my money, the best presentations get highly specific quickly.